Hey, y'all. Thanks for vibing with
CeCe and
ChiChi, where we talk about all the hot topics. What's your vibe, girl?
girl, I am vibing on some hot tea. It's
Okay.
like a chai turmeric mixture, and it's supposed to be really good for invigorating your digestion, weight loss. I added some like honey and lemon
Oh my
and a few drops
gosh.
of ashwagandha, girl, because I'm fancy. But
What's
it's
that cup say? It
really
says something. It says something about happy on
yeah,
the
it
front.
says be happy. I wish it
Yeah.
came a bit
Oh,
clearer, but oh, there it is.
that's so cute. You are really always vibed out in your real life.
I try to be every day, all day. How are you feeling today? You look real relaxed,
Girl,
calm.
yes. Yeah, that's exactly my vibe. Really calm, collected, chilling. Somebody asked me today, I don't know who it was. Oh, I think it was catching up with some friend. They said, "How you been?" I said, "You know what? I'm happy. Like I'm literally happy. Like I can't even. There's nothing I can say. I'm really happy. I'm at ease.
I love
School is
that.
going well. Family's going well. I'm doing things that make me happy. So yeah, I'm
Cheers
happy.
to that. You got
Yeah,
anything to drink over there? Or are we
yeah. I
just
got some. We got some good old water.
girl
Yes.
cheers? Come on,
Good old
mugs.
water. Yeah,
You
I
got
did
the
see.
mugs? Oh,
You got the mugs. I knew you was gonna come fancy, so I brought my little grapes. You know what I'm saying? Little grape.
it's
You
cute,
know what I'm
friends.
saying? So
Hi. You know what else we've been vibing alike on?
what?
These glasses, friend. Our black, we just, ugh.
I saw your glasses today when we went on live. I was like, oh, and you kept going like this. I said, oh, you did the cute way. I usually go like this, but you know,
The geeky way, but you're as long as they are clear, girl. That live
yes,
was something else. The whole vibe was
girl.
up.
Yeah, so Vibe Squad, if you didn't make it to our live, we had to unfortunately update the Vibe Squad because if y'all recall, what was it like 2 or 3 episodes ago when we are trying to find out which man hit the lady with the brick? Well, it comes to be that it wasn't true.
It
It
was
was a
always
lie. And we don't like to, give fake news. So we had to update you guys when we found out the development of the story. So,
yep, there we have it. Let's go ahead and get into these topics talking about
yes.
that kind of along those same lines because for this topic that I want to talk about, we have some evidence via voice recording. And the incident I'm referring to is Nicki Minaj's husband, Mr. Petty, I believe his name is,
Ooh, that's
and
his
his
real name?
crew. Yeah, his
Hmm.
last name was Petty.
Yeah.
And his crew was supposedly in Atlanta, I'm guessing, or somewhere in New York. I'm not sure where they were located. You know
Hmm.
that story, right? You heard about
Yeah.
that?
Hmm.
And so they were screaming at Offset. So background story, Pop Squad. We drop some pop culture news like when we're aware of it, but this situation is recently, like fresh off the press. So Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, they've had this ongoing like we thought it was rap beef, but it seemed to be beef, I guess. They really just not vibing with each other, which is bizarre to me because they're both from New York. Maybe it's
Hmm.
because they're from different places and it's really hard to say, but because of the acquaintanceship or basically Mr. Petty, Nicki Minaj's husband, and Offset, Cardi B's husband, had some type of altercation where Petty side was basically like Offset, you and your people come out, let's handle this. I'm not sure what was said, but it seemed to be like they were trying to gang up on him essentially to
Hmm.
for what? Have a conversation, fight? I don't really know. But they are substantially like older and substantially may not be the right word, but significantly is better fit. Cardi B and Offset are like early 30s, late 20s. I think Mr. Petty and them are in their mid 40s, which is still fairly young. We're not saying that to say anything, but
Hmm.
the people that were coming to start the drama, it seemed like it was coming from the Petty side. But what are
Hmm.
your thoughts?
So, okay, I'm trying to understand. So, is this? I know the VMA rewards. I thought that that's where Mr. Petty, Nicki Minaj husband, was waiting for Offset, but Offset and Cardi B was already gone, literally on a
Mhm.
plane. Is this a different story that came out?
I'm guessing it's the same story. Was the VMAs in New York? Because I
I
thought
believe
the
I believe it was in New York. I believe it
okay.
was New
I don't know
York.
if it was like an after party. Maybe it was after the VMAs, and that would make
It's
sense.
after the VMAs, yeah. Okay, so because Mr. Petty was like, "Where y'all at?" So allegedly, they're saying that Offset and Cardi B, no, yeah, Offset and Cardi B left the VMA awards early, so they don't have to run into Nicki Minaj and her husband Petty.
Mm,
So I guess that's where you saw
okay.
that video there outside. Um, so yeah, when I saw that video, I was like, "Wait, what's going on right now?" First of all, like you said, they're in like the older 40s, and they were just coughing and huffing and puffing. I thought they had COPD or asthma attack. I didn't know what was going on at first. They said, "Yeah, yeah." I'm like, "Eh." I'm like, "What's going on right now?" So they was waiting for Offset, and Offset, it was so funny how he did his shade. He posted a video. He was jumping on a jet. They was
Mm,
going to some other. Him and Cardi was going to some other place, about to go
like,
party. They're not worried about grandpa's on the over there. But I didn't know. I really didn't know Offset and Mr. Petty, Nicki Minaj's husband, had any beef. I understand that the wives were beefing, but why is Mr. Petty fresh on parole trying to fight and then put yourself on live? That don't look smart to me.
that's crazy. There should be rules for going live. I mean, we went live together for the first time to, call out some fake news. But
Right?
now I guess everybody's like, let's jump online for whatever reason and start some weird attention. What is that term we just heard about today? Um,
Yeah.
something about
Attention brings
attention.
currency or something.
Yeah, it's like current people are making money off of attention now. Any type of attention.
Right.
Like it's really bizarre now the extent people will go to, which takes us back to that brick incident, which was not
Yeah.
even true. But this girl did all this just to get attention. Now Mr. Petty and them are beefing with some
Yeah.
other rich people that got security. I mean, way back when I think at the it was a gala or something. I don't the Met maybe supposedly Nicki Minaj and Cardi B had a little
I
scruffle
remember.
or whatever. You remember that
Hmm.
situation? They had a
Hmm.
scruffle then. So I don't know if Mr. Petty was trying to avenge. I really
I
don't.
think so. I
You
think
think
that's what that
so? That
was.
could
I
have
think
been
that's
it.
what that was because I think he was in jail at that time. Still, I think he was still in jail when that happened. So he felt probably helpless. So now that
Mm,
he's out, he's trying to replay that. But bro, why are we replaying that
oh,
incident? That was a negative incident that should have never happened.
enough.
So you should be talking to your wife to make sure she's not in that situation again. Now that you're out of jail and
Yeah.
rehabilitated yourself.
It's like they focus on what you need to stay focused on,
Okay,
which carries
stay
us to the next.
positive.
Stay
Stay
positive
positive.
because it's like the next topic pretty much essentially is should you stop fighting, like fist fighting, any type of physical altercation, anything outside of an adult to adult conversation, using your words verbally. Um, should anything outside of that take place over the age of 35?
Hmm. So I'm definitely not 35 yet, but even at my age right now, I'm not about to be fighting you. So we're not about to have my fist on your nose and breaking nose right now. We're not breaking your nose. I'm not breaking your nose. So nothing you're gonna do to have me break your nose. Period. I'd rather run away. Okay. So it's not
Just run
happening.
away, tribe. Because, like, listen, we know that it's a lot of violence out here. People are still fist fighting. Unfortunately, there's gun violence that's unnecessary. There's so much out there. And for you to feel like, even over, I say 25, 26,
Mm-hmm.
why are we physically putting hands on people? Like, we should be able to use our words. And in any scenario, we understand emotions are real. Like, everybody gets frustrated, but for somebody else to have that power over you that make you want to just go into a full blown brawl, the only thing that I can
True.
really see, okay, I don't condone violence at all. Not
Mm-mm.
at all. For the
None.
protection of your loved ones, if somebody is trying to hurt you or something
You're
like
right.
that, I don't condone violence in any capacity.
Mm-mm.
So if you are having to defend yourself physically, why are you in the situation to have to do that in the first place? What is the setting that would be conducive to that? We have to look at the whole picture, I feel. Some things
Right.
can be avoided, but it's like some things can. And choosing what we do, who we interact with, where we go, is things that we can control.
Right, and it's true that part. You touched on some very serious things. Control what you can. So if you know that this environment may be a toxic environment or a potentially dangerous environment with people that are ready to get in a fist fight with you, don't go there because you can only control yourself, but you can't control the other persons. But you put yourself in this situation. So
Right.
try to put yourself in positive areas, positive environments, around positive people, so that nothing but positive can come towards your way because your environment can really make you or break you. That famous word to have. So that's why when I go places, I try to look it up. I don't want to be in a bad environment. I don't want to. I don't want somebody to want to get slapped or something. Like, I don't like that. We should be hugging each other, uplifting each other, more hugging and all that. You know what I'm saying? No need to be, yes.
Uplifting thoughts towards each other. I mean, and even if it's like we're not kumbaya best of friends, we can be cordial because we all have a standard of operation here. Like that's really what it
Hmm.
is. Like your standard, my standard, we are all here to be at our highest frequencies. And unless you are literally an NFL, not NFL, what is it called? FCC professional boxer, something like that, there is no reason you should be behaving in that manner. Like, and I get, Squad, you may ask, okay, well, where do we find these positive places? We live here. How do we get to these positive places or find these positive people? That's a good question because a lot of people don't automatically think, like, okay, I'm going to go to this club or I'm going to go to this coffee shop or this little restaurant, this diner, instead of going to places that are known for violence. You might have beef with somebody that worked there before. People have gone there and been hurt seriously because there's not any good security, and people that go there already got different things going on in these places. And
Hmm.
granted, I a hole in the wall or whatever they call it, those aren't always the most dangerous places to be at. So we're not necessarily talking about um like the scenery or the people per se, but we're talking about the activities that go along in these areas that may lead to it.
Hmm.
So just be clear on where you're going, how you're acting. And again, you can't control anybody else. Really, all you can control is you, how you show up, how you respond, what you see when you get to these places, what energy is it giving. We say be mindful of your surroundings, especially as
Hmm.
like African Americans. It's very important for us to like orientate ourselves. Basically, that means being aware and comfortable in our surroundings. We need to look around, we need to associate ourselves, be comfortable and familiar so that we can thrive in those environments. And I think that's important for anyone, honestly. But those are my thoughts. I
It's
know
true though, but yeah, no,
that's
that's true though. But on a serious note, though, I mean, like you said, I really don't have to vibe with you to be friendly to you.
mm,
So I mean, and you don't, and I think people should really understand that it doesn't make you fake to say hello to somebody that you want to hang out with on the outside level. I mean, so be sweet to everybody, be nice. You don't doesn't mean that I want to hang out with you outside and go have some coffee and then we tell each other secrets. Just humble yourself. You don't have to show your rudeness or your meanness or show them, I don't know, like them to show them that you don't like them. Just separate yourself, be humble, and move on. That's it, because you don't know where you're gonna meet somebody down the line. So
I agree. And a lot of times I think people get into situations where they're fighting or doing things that they probably wouldn't preferably want to do, but they are in an environment that people are used to doing that, or that's just the norm for that type of culture that they are in, that society. I think they feel like a level of obligation because if these are the people that they maybe have grown up with, or these are their like longtime friends, and now they have grown and evolved and they're not trying to do those same things, like a lot of times you could be guilty by association. You know, your friend is fighting, you're not gonna just watch your friend get whooped. Like it don't matter
Right.
really how old you are. Honestly, I couldn't imagine being any age. I'll be 85. Like, we not doing this up in the nursing home or wherever I'm
Oh,
at. Like,
I
we're
know,
not gonna do
girl.
that, you know? So, and not to say like that's happening. Like, hopefully everybody's
Not
grown.
the nursing home. I'm done with the nursing home. I hope you're not the nursing home. You come
Not
stay with me, CeCe. Come on.
girl.
You ain't must be in no nursing home.
Nursing home. I would hope not. Me and my older friends, we all at the nursing home hanging out.
No, we're not doing that. Playing
What's the
bingo.
Okay, we could just be at our house chilling. Okay.
Thank
I hear
you.
those places are fun though. I hear it's lit after singing
People be
liquor.
sneaking each other's rooms. No.
But long story short, y'all, like even if your friends are susceptible to doing that, or people that you grew up with, family and things like that, because I get it. I know what it's like to
Yeah.
have those situations come up. But there's nothing wrong with separating yourself. Like,
Yep.
honestly, there's nothing wrong
Hmm.
with that. Like, you love people from afar, but
Yep.
you distancing yourself is not gonna do nothing but help protect you, what you got going on, what you have to live for. So just remember that, and that's not being selfish.
Yep.
Hmm.
It's so much better being on the positive end of things because
It
I've
is.
seen both. I've been around negativity. I've been around people who like to fight. I'm around people who's nothing but positivity that will fight, but they choose a positive route, and I like it in the positive side of life. Yeah, it's definitely
Exactly.
worked out well.
It feels different, right? It shows up
Hmm.
different,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Like it makes you even feel better. But to go ahead and get into this last topic, we're going to talk about pretty much spinning the block,
Mm.
but in a different way. So, how do you feel about reconnecting with exes? Like, say, for instance, you know, you're married currently, so that's a real
Hmm.
scenario, but one of your um, exes that y'all didn't end on bad terms, but you know,
Hmm.
it just didn't work out. What if they reached out to you like, hey, Chi Chi, I think we should meet for dinner just to catch up and see how life's been? What do you
Mm.
think about that?
How many years lapsed?
Um, it could be any amount of years 10,
Oh.
3, 2. Well, it would have
Um,
to be depending on how long you've been married. In your case, say somebody literally from your past pops up,
like, and I'm married currently, or like if I'm not married.
like right now.
Oh, yeah, they can't call me.
What if they hit
Uh-uh.
you up in your DMs, like Facebook, like I love your show. I would love to just catch up real quick.
Not at all. I don't like people writing me on my DMs like that. So I do look at it, if they're kind of, talking about the vibe with CeCe and ChiChi or,
Hmm.
things like that. But as soon as like recently I saw somebody added me and followed them back or whatever, some lady. And then she wrote me on DM, long message, said, oh, hey, something like I want to be a friend or something like that. I blocked her as fast as I followed her back. First, I don't know why I'm making friends on DM. So maybe people do, but I ain't trying to build friendships through the DM. I'm just not that in both genders. So
But what if
no,
it's somebody who already knew, like a favorite ex?
no, don't call me if no, and especially they know that I'm married, so that's you're already disrespecting me and my marriage, even going to my DMs. Period. So
Hmm.
it's a no for me, and we're not going there with no. So you've
A
just
solid no.
pissed me off by even asking me to go out. Pissed me off already. That's a
Now, this
block.
wouldn't, I'm sure, ever happen, but we're just gonna say theoretically. So the DM comes through from the favorite ex, like
Okay.
because y'all just ended on good terms. And
Mm-hmm.
so you're like, he's like, hey, I see vibing CC and Chichi's real hot. I want to add
Yes.
some commentary, blah, blah. I think we should just link up for dinner. So you then go tell hubby, like, hey, hubby, this is my ex. He said this and that. He just wants to link up to talk about, this social media platform I'm on. How do you feel about it?
Mm-hmm.
Hubby kind of like, you know what? I trust you. Go ahead, have the meeting. Now, what do you do? Do you take the
I
meeting? Or
don't go.
do you
No,
go?
because it's ulterior motive. I know what the exes want to do. You want to.
What are you trying
I
to do?
could. You trying to rekindle like with me all the way. If you're an ex, then we
Mhm.
had something at some point. So you're trying to see what kind of rekindle we're trying to go. That's what I'm thinking. Like you can, if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me in my DMs. I don't have to go to you in your face, but I wouldn't even entertain it. That's me. I'm not entertaining that. I'm not going to entertain no man. I barely entertain a lady. Like if you
Mm,
say, "Hey, I want to be a friend," that's a block.
mm,
So I just don't. I don't need, especially as a married person. I cannot be entertaining men unless I reach you and like meet you like on my real life, and we build a friendship based on common grounds, and then we integrate with our family and your family or whatever. Then
mm-hmm.
we generally built that relationship. But I'm not exes and all that. You're not about to come in my marriage because people will. So I'm not
Yeah.
you're not entering my space to mess me up, because that's not gonna happen. If
Yeah.
my marriage messed up, it's because it's not gonna mess up. It's because I chose to leave. But
Mm-hmm.
nobody's gonna come in and make things foggy for me. And my Nigerian man is not about to let me go out no man like that.
Girl. Yeah. That's real. I like how you said that point because that's what people fail to realize. I think a lot of times, like even the small choices we make in our relationship is going to impact it. The decisions that we make, allowing ourselves to even entertain somebody, can impact our relationship. And it seems like such a small thing, like, oh, well, I'm just going to talk or whatever. And even like building new friendships, it's like, who are you really allowing to infiltrate with your time and space, which is going
Hmm.
to inadvertently impact your husband and his time and space.
Yeah.
That's big. I didn't even think it was going to get that deep, but it did.
Yeah. No. Mm-mm. Don't get
I
in my
agree.
space. So.
Yeah, I was watching this show, girl, on BET Plus. Actually, it's called Boomerang, but whatever. They stopped
Mm.
airing, and some of the things I just really didn't agree with watching, but it was still like a black show. So, like, sometimes you want to
Mhm.
just watch TV that kind of is like relatable in
Mhm.
some
Yep.
capacity.
Of course.
And so that was a situation that had transpired. Like she was like, "Hey, this is my ex," and she was very transparent. She was like,
Mhm.
"He recently got engaged, and I mean, I'm with you. I'm happy." But he wanted to reach out. He wanted to have dinner, just to check in or whatever. And
Mhm.
so the boyfriend was like, "Well, first of all, do you feel some type of way about them getting engaged? Like,
Mhm.
is that bothering you? And if you feel like you need to go on this dinner date or whatever, then I trust you." So it was like
Mhm.
that opportunity, which she felt the test in the show, girl. She felt the
Oh
test. She fell for the
no.
okey doke.
Yeah.
She fell for the okey doke, unfortunately. But it goes to your point. It really speaks to your point because she allowed that person to now come in and infiltrate her relationship and even the smallest capacity, it messed up the whole ordeal with the person that
Yeah.
truly like had been there the whole time, never did her
Mhm.
wrong, always loved her, always respected her. So I was like, wow, the smallest things make the
Yeah, the
biggest
smallest things. Even if you do go and you don't do anything, the spouse is gonna be like, you really went. Like so that alone can mess up things. So then when y'all have y'all relationships, Vibe Squad, don't mess it up. Don't let nobody come play around with y'all, and
Ooh.
keep your you can't trust everybody. Yes, you're gonna have accountability friend, and but don't think everybody's is rooting for you, because they not. So, just keep your eyes open, stay woke. And yes, you're gonna have a friend that you're close to, but just make sure you keep your circle small, especially when it comes to speaking on your relationship and things like that, because you don't want people throwing in that negative energy in your head and got you doing crazy things.
Well, I say, Bob Squad, we end on that note because to me, that's the takeaway message right there. Don't let people play with you in your relationships, period. Those things are valuable. Those things are honorable and then they matter. And those important relationships are the ones that we need to foster and build and cultivate and not be over here always pulling out the weeds because we didn't allow them to grow in our space and in our garden. So I
Yeah.
really do like that. Let's wrap up on that note, everyone. Remember, again, we see you watching every week. Please comment, give us